Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Haiku Friday. It's September 3rd, 2021. And we've got a lot of haikus for you. So let's get started, shall we? Here we have a couple from our friend Steen. Steen. I've not seen Steen in such a long time. But here's what he has to say. No one can tell you how much PTO they've lost to mental health days. Ugh, I know. That's probably true, huh? Especially with the place that you're working and getting hassled by mean people. I would say they're mean people. I would say they're not standing up for freedom. I'd say they're just basically mean people. All right. Second one from Steam. Black widows, earwigs, sow bugs entering the house. Has fall come so soon? Ooh, black widows. I have I have seen Steen. I have seen maybe three black widows in my entire time in Spokane. The scariest one I ever saw was on New Year's night, or New Year's Halloween night, and I was coming home from work, and it was late. It was pretty late at night, like 10 o'clock maybe, and I looked, and there was this spider hanging right above the doorbell, a perfect Halloween prop. And I went out and got a bunch of napkins and crushed it, and it's a black widow spider, black, shiny, orange, hourglass, the whole enchilada. Oof, scary. All right. Sorry, Steen. Sorry for your home invasion. We're having the same kind of thing happen here because our basement still hasn't been fixed from the car hitting it over 6 months ago. It's not been fixed. Insurance company contractor issues. So we're getting bugs in our place too. All right, here's one from our pal. Thanks, Dean. Here's one from our pal Rico-san. Melted tattoos. Having been through the ringer, what does that one mean? I know what you mean, I guess, because my tattoos, son has kind of, the only tattoo I have is looking a little sad these days. And people always asked what mine meant, and I would change the meaning depending upon the audience. All right, thank you, Rico-san. Now, here we have three from Ericus. And I want to say to Ericus, I am so sorry that your cat, Corky, died. He sounded like a really cool cat, and it sounded like you guys were really good friends, and I'm sorry he died, and I hope, hope you know, I hope Corky knows how much he was loved. Anyways, all right. But thanks for taking a break from grieving and writing some haikus for everyone who's watching. First one from Ericus. Top heavy branches arc like gravity's rainbows. Stooped old men walking. Now it said stopped, but I bet you meant stooped. But maybe you did mean stopped old men walking. That works too. But I said stooped. That was wrong. My apologies, Ericus. Second one from Ericus. Yin and yang climate. Left coast fires. Right coast flooding. Cruel symmetry. Yeah, that's the truth, huh? And wow, what's winter going to look like? That's what I've been really wondering about, Ericus, with these global climate change extremes. It's going to be maybe like that movie, The Day After Tomorrow. I don't know if you saw but that's could very well be like that. All right, third one from Ericus. Gotta find a cure. I need my ivermectin. Quackery RX. Gotta find a cure. I need my ivermectin. Quackery RX. Yes. Isn't it amazing that people will not take a very safe vaccine to prevent something? So instead well, they're smarter than the scientists. They're smarter. They know the real score. I thank God these people don't get in airplanes too much, because I could just see them going into the cockpit and telling the pilot how to fly the plane, and or surgeries. So hopefully they don't break into like a operating room and tell the surgeon how to operate, because these people are geniuses. They're constitutional scholars. They are epidemiologists. They are religious experts. They know everything about everything, so that they shoot themselves with ivermectin or use it as a suppository, or they go and they have experimental cures, not even quackery, but experimental cures to prevent what could have been easily prevented, and keep themselves from dying. It's crazy. All right, thank you, Ericus. And I'm doing a little preaching here. I'm preaching. Used to be my job, so I'm just resurrecting my preaching job. All right, so here's my haiku. Talking zucchini. Not as fun as I had hoped. Most people steer clear. Years ago, I had a zucchini with I put googly eyes on it and a mouth, and then eventually and people would stop, and confused parents who would always take their kids by the garden, and then I'd see a kid point down to the zucchini, and the dad would be like, oh my. And so you'd have to explain the concept of humor and mirth, things like that. So then one day I made a little hat. I crocheted a hat for the zucchini, and I came home from a run, and two women were standing there staring down at the zucchini, and I was a little bit out of breath having just ran, but they wanted to talk to me about it. They said, your zucchini's wearing a hat. And I said, I know. I crocheted it. And they said, why is your zucchini wearing a hat? And I said, because it's cold outside. And then I went inside my house and left them standing there, which was kind of funny. But so I thought it would be fun this year. I made Zuzu the Talking Zucchini, a series of cameras and speakers and all sorts of stuff. And then I put up a little sign. Most of the time it says Zuzu's asleep, and Zuzu has their little eye things on to signify that they're asleep, with the sign saying they're asleep. And then when I wake Zuzu up, I put Zuzu is awake, take the eye shades off, and then I have a little clock thing I'm going to start using, like Zuzu will be awake at this time. But and then some parents with their kids come by, and they have a pretty good time, and they talk to the zucchini, and it's a sense of wonderment, and it's fun, right? I mean, it's fun. And it's fun for me, being always liking puppets and whatnot. It's kind of like a puppet in a way, Zuzu is. And so I set this thing up, and now what I've noticed is that a lot of people don't even walk by the garden anymore. They just don't like it. And I don't try to scare anybody. I start humming. I start making the humming. I have Zuzu humming long ways out, so people know if they want to avoid it. I'm not going to just jump out and say, hey there. I wait for them to engage with Zuzu, and then I talk usually. So, but I notice there's just not as many walkers by the garden anymore. So maybe I might have shot myself on the foot with Zuzu the Talking Zucchini, but I'll just keep tweaking it. It's an art installation. That's what I've been told to call it. And we'll just keep working on that. The garden is doing fantastic, though. I mean, I have to start. I've been pickling cucumbers. I've been putting stuff up, dehydrating stuff like crazy. I'm going to take a little break this weekend, not do that, and then I'll be back at it on Tuesday, probably really hitting her hard and putting stuff up for the wintertime. And I've been really enjoying dehydrating stuff, which I've done in the years past, but this year it's been especially fun. and we had a great time. My son Aiden and I went to Montana and visited my brother Joe, who treated us so well. He and his wife Janelle just really took care of us, and we have that pop top camper, and we set up camp at their place in Montana, across from the Clark Fork River, and oh my gosh, it was so good, so much fun. And last thing, last bit of news to give you guys. I've been kind of hinting around on Facebook that there may be a KYRS radio gig in my future. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that today with the station manager. And we'll see what that looks like. I have a couple ideas and a name for it. And hopefully that'll get done. But there's probably 100, more than 100 people who could do a better job than me doing something like this. So if somebody steps up and does it, I would be happy with that too. A little sad. I'd be a little sad because I want to do it. But I get it. Show must go on. Let's do this thing. We've got some great stage left stuff coming up too, which is going to be super cool. All right. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great Labor Day weekend. Don't forget, we always honor our troops, of which I was one, but let's not forget to honor the founders of the labor movement who really, they got shot, they got killed by police, by military people in our country, just trying to bring us basic human working rights. So let's not forget those heroes either. And remember, there's heroes like that even today doing this stuff. And we may not recognize them as heroes right now, but history will. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Haiku Friday and listening to my preaching and blah, blah, blah. And maybe I'll get a chance to do it over the airwaves of Spokane soon. But I'll keep you posted. Bye, you guys. Tune into HaikuFriday.com. We'll see you later. Bye.